Well, two heroes who helped the victims of a triple hit and run accident pleading to get the driver responsible off the streets this morning.
3 innocent women were hit. 2 remain in critical condition.
Detroit police releasing new surveillance photos, and the department is now hoping these photos will lead to the person behind the wheel.
7 Action News reporter Peter Maxwell tells us more about the brothers who jumped in when seconds really counted. Peter?
Yeah, you know, I drove over to Schoolcraft in Rutland where that incident took place. I can tell you it's a very dark area where the 3 women were hit by this car. The 2 brothers that jumped into action, well, they're considered to be heroes because they really did help save 3 lives that night.
You seen their shoes strewn throughout the street. None of them had shoes on. That's how hard he hit all 3 of them and just kept going. From what they say, he just kept going.
Mushedi Muhammad was picking up his brother Robert Williams just down the street, and while waiting in the driveway, the 2 brothers heard something.
He heard it and he said, "Do you hear that?" I said, "It sounds more like a cat. I don't hear that. I don't hear that." Then you heard octave go up. Mother, mother, you know, she's screaming out for her mother.
Having no idea what had just happened and only seeing the destruction of a hit and run, the 2 brothers, quick on their feet, ran down the block to see what had just happened.
My brother and I, we ran down, and that's when we noticed the 3 ladies strewn throughout the street, and we noticed the blood coming from all 3, you know, and that's when, you know, you're just going to action. That's it.
They immediately called 911 and started helping the victims. Police say the women were 50, 34, and 25 years old. Some were unconscious, but all were still breathing. Other passerbys helped block traffic in the dark to keep everyone safe.
They could have been hit again, could have been ran over again, which it was already a tragic scene, but damn, we don't want to compound the tragedy.
DPD releasing these photos of the vehicle they say is responsible. Police say it's a 2006 to 2013 black Cadillac DTS, which had front end damage before the hit and run, and they hope someone may recognize the car.
There's no tire tracks. He was all gas and go.
With 2 of the 3 women still in critical condition, the search is on for the driver responsible.
This is somebody's mother, this is somebody's aunt, this is somebody's cousin, somebody's fiance. We don't know, but at the end of the day, this was a tragic thing that happened, and justice got to be served.
And Alicia, again, that is a 2006 to 2013 black Cadillac DTS, and it already has, once again, severe front end damage from a prior incident. So if anyone knows of that vehicle and might know the driver responsible, they're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Reporting in Detroit, I'm Peter Maxwell, 7 Action News.
Yeah, these families want this case solved. Peter, thank you for that live update.
A body discovered by a hunter could be Kelly McWhirter, who's been missing for over 45 days now. The 60-year-old, who once worked for the Genesee County Sheriff's Department, disappeared in October. The body was found in St. Charles along Sharon Road near Ryan. The Genesee County Sheriff reports the hunter was training his bird dog when he came upon the gruesome scene. Investigators will wait for DNA and dental records to confirm the body is Kelly McWhirter.
A Detroit gas station clerk will not be charged in connection with the deadly shooting of a 17-year-old boy. This happened over the weekend at the Citgo on Dearborn Street near I-75. The teenager approached the counter holding an object as if he had a gun. Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy determined that the clerk acted in self-defense in line with the law.
A prominent Detroit pastor has passed away. Reverend Dr. Charles G. Adams, the pastor emeritus of the historic Hartford Memorial Baptist Church, died after battling an illness. That is according to his family and his congregation. Dr. Adams was a presence in Hartford for over 50 years. During that time, he was also a tenured professor at Harvard University. He retired from the iconic church in 2019 after 52 years at the pulpit. He also attended Detroit Public Schools and graduated from Cass Tech High.
After 77 days on strike, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan and the United Auto Workers Union say that they have reached a historic tentative contract agreement. Blue Cross says that the new contract will reduce the wage progression from 22 years to 5. It will also include significant wage increases and a $6,500 ratification bonus for Blue Cross Blue Shield workers. Workers will also get inflation protection bonuses of $1,000 each year of the contract. Meantime, thousands of auto workers at more than a dozen non-union companies are launching campaigns to join the UAW. The organization would cover 150,000 auto workers at 13 automakers, including Honda, Hyundai, Tesla, and Toyota. After the UAW's record contract with Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis, many non-union company workers say that the move to raise pay and shorten wage progression is something that attracted them.
Bank fraud led to a woman losing over $56,000 from her account. Woodhaven police believe she is the victim of an electronic hacker for 6 months starting in June. The hacker would make multiple deposits of less than $1, then make big withdrawals. The bank became suspicious and contacted the victim. Woodhaven police are investigating possible suspect names that appear on bank records, and the bank is working with the victim to remedy the loss.
Meadowbrook Hall is ready for the holidays. The historic mansion in Rochester is full of lights and more than 50 Christmas trees. It's very impressive. And one special decoration is attracting a lot of attention. It is a replica of Meadowbrook made entirely out of gingerbread. It's 6 feet long. It weighs 100 pounds, including 10 pounds of icing alone and more than 30 kinds of candy. That delicious display took 6 weeks to make, including 2 days just to add all of the candy decorations.
That is impressive. So meticulous.
Really well done. Bravo, bravo. Time now is 5:09. Restored hope for getting more hostages home.
Israel and Hamas agreeing to extend the ceasefire to a 7-day. The latest round of hostages released, including an American-Israeli citizen.
Plus, Notre-Dame spire resurfacing 4 years after that massive fire, when the restoration is set to be completed on the iconic tower.
And not as cold. How about that? Temperatures in the 40s today with a little bit of sunshine. I'll be tracking rain and snow before we even hit the weekend in your full forecast.
And taking a look at our roads, this is M10 at Evergreen from one of our 7 First Alert traffic cameras. No accidents on the roadways so far this morning. Former U.S. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger has passed away. He was known as the architect of foreign policy throughout the presidencies of Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford. Kissinger had an uncommon influence on global affairs and was a Nobel Peace Prize recipient. He died at his home in Connecticut. Henry Kissinger was 100 years old.
New overnight, minutes before a temporary truce between Israel and Hamas was set to expire, the two sides agreed to another extension. Israel says it's received a list of hostages, including women and children, that Hamas will release. The truce has resulted in 102 hostages released in exchange for 210 Palestinian prisoners released from Israeli prisons. President Joe Biden confirmed that an American-Israeli dual citizen was among the 16 hostages released in this latest round. 8 other U.S. citizens are still believed to be in captivity. Stay with 7 Action News and WXYZ.com for continuing coverage as the Israel-Hamas war unfolds.
Well, the iconic spire at Notre-Dame Cathedral is being brought back to life. Reconstruction efforts began a new stage this week for the new spire after the original one was destroyed in a fire back in 2019. Workers could be seen installing the spire's framework earlier on Wednesday. The new spire is designed to be identical to the last one, and the framework should be done by the end of the year.
I mean, how meticulous that job is, you know?
In remembering how strong that fire was
Right.
and seeing that fall, I cannot believe that they're going to be able to bring that back.
And I'm glad they are. More than 800 years of history there. They're trying to revive it. 5:14 the time right now. Protecting your pets.
How vets say you can keep your dog healthy from the highly contagious parvovirus as it spreads in Metro Detroit.
Plus the COVID-19 resources that will soon be available in schools across the state. You're watching 7 Action News this morning. 5:18 is the time right now. St. Clair County Animal Control is reminding people to make sure that your dogs, especially puppies, are vaccinated against parvovirus. There has been a rise in deaths and illnesses amongst puppies, immunocompromised, and senior dogs. So far, there have been 11 cases reported in Port Huron. Port Huron Township, and St. Clair. Now, parvo is a preventable disease among dogs, and owners are urged to get their pets vaccinated. Common symptoms include fever, vomiting, and lethargy. The warning comes as a mystery respiratory illness is spreading in dogs across the U.S. right now. There have been no reports of any of those cases here in Michigan. However, dog owners are told to stay vigilant.
The days are numbered for 3 more Rite Aid stores in Metro Detroit. The chain is closing the locations on DeQuinder and Sterling Heights, Canton Center Road in Canton, and 23 Mile in New Baltimore. It's part of a larger plan to close another 32 stores. Rite Aid has struggled in recent years with nearly $3 billion in losses. And schools will be able to get free antigen tests for COVID-19 starting next month. The Department of Health and Human Services will soon show districts how to request them. Officials say schools can keep the test on site or send them home with kids. The plans come at a time when COVID hospitalizations are on the rise, and officials expect to see a spike in cases.
Time now is 5:19 as we turn our attention to what you're going to face if you're heading out the door to start your day. Another cold one, but honestly, today is going to be much nicer than, say, even yesterday and maybe the next few days, Hallie.
I know. Wouldn't you know, the end of November, beginning of December is going to be a little milder. So, yeah, it has been just too cold, right? Temperatures in the 20s for highs, just too cold this time of the year. So we're going to bump it up. How about even a little bit above average? We'll be in the 40s. Okay. So milder today. We do have gusty winds to contend with. So it's going to feel maybe a little bit cooler as we go through the day today. A messy Friday. We're going to keep an eye on tomorrow morning. Right now it looks like it comes in as rain, changes over to snow for some folks, and then maybe even a little bit of a mix. We'll go over that. And then the weekend, certainly not a loss, but we're going to have rounds of little rain or even a bit of a mix at times. So 27 degrees in Detroit. We factor in the winds, feels like 18. It is 27 with a calm wind in Pontiac, 21 degrees in Ann Arbor, feels like 15. And the winds are calm in Monroe. Good news there, where it's 28 degrees and it matches the wind chill. So we look at our wind gust forecast. It's pretty quiet right now. We get to 8 o'clock, so another hour or two we'll start to feel, okay, the wind's picking up. It's really right around lunchtime we're going to feel that. And then into the afternoon, you can see those peak wind gusts between 30, could be upwards of 35 in some cases. So that is a stronger wind, certainly. And we're looking at dry conditions, so we don't have to worry about any rain or snow today. That's not going to interfere with any travel plans. We'll see a little sunshine followed by some more cloud cover as we get into the afternoon. Our temperatures into the 40s. That is nice. That's just above average for this time of the year. We'll wait on the next system. This comes overnight into tomorrow morning. So I mentioned the onset above freezing tomorrow morning means rain showers. I-94 southward, it begins to head north. Temperatures are a little cooler north of M59, closer to the freezing mark. That's where we could see some snow starting around Oakland County, Livingston County northward. It's going to try to mix with some rain, but it looks like from Detroit southward, if it's not all rain, a little bit of a mix. And then it exits for the afternoon. We see just a few spots dealing with it, and then we'll see a little bit more on Saturday morning. But temperatures this weekend aren't bad. Low to mid 40s Saturday and Sunday, a little cooler next week on Tuesday.
Let's take a live look out at the morning drive for you. This is I-275 at Grand River from one of our 7 first alert traffic cameras. The great news, we have no crashes reported by MDOT across Metro Detroit right now.
Road construction is wrapping up in Ferndale from a months-long project that began in March along Woodward between 8 Mile and 696. MDOT says right now, bike lanes are being installed in each direction of Woodward. Other improvements include updates to sidewalks, signals, and drainage, as well as resurfacing Woodward. The project is expected to be complete by mid-December, with the final pavement markings for bike lanes done in the spring. 5:22 rather now this morning. Patrick Kane rocking a Red Wings jersey.
Yeah, I hear why he came to Detroit and when he's expected to start in Hockey Town.
Plus, as Black Friday and Cyber Monday packages start to arrive at your doorstep, the new ways police departments across the country are coming up with to catch those porch pirates. You're watching 7 Action News this morning.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Porch Pirate Alert. Caught on camera, a delivery driver in Kansas approaches the door with a package, sets it down and takes a picture of it, but then he looks around and grabs the package again, taking off with it. And this morning, the victim of that suspected porch theft speaking out to GMA.
My initial reaction was shock because you hear about things like this happening, but there are always like random people in the neighborhood that come and get them. I've never heard of a delivery person doing it.
And with all those Black Friday and Cyber Monday packages on the way, authorities say suspected crimes like this one are on the rise nationwide.
During this time of year, of course, there are more gifts, more presents, more boxes, so it makes the opportunity much better than it is other times of the year.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll show you the creative ways communities across the country are fighting back against porch pirates. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Patrick Kane is ditching the Chicago Blackhawks jersey and putting on a Red Wings one.
Oh, yeah, and he's eager to help bring some more wins to Hockeytown. 7 Sports reporter Gina Trotman lays out the timetable for his debut.
The newest Red Wing, Patrick Kane, he expects to be ready for game time in about 7 to 10 days. He said he's feeling great as far as coming back from his hip surgery. Kane also had really good things to say about the Red Wings.
They're really building something that I think is going to have a lot of success here, so I'd like to be part of that. They're in a playoff spot now. They've been playing really well as of late, and I'd like to jump in there and help them make the playoffs. You know, it's a great organization. It's run by one of the best players of all time, and Steve Yzerman. There's so many legends that have played for the franchise. You know, you could go down the list: Gordie Howe, Nick Lidstrom, Yzerman, Fedorov, Datsuk, Zetterberg. You know, they call it Hockeytown for a reason, right?
So against his former team, no Patrick Kane just yet, and no scoring in the first period. But in the second, things pick up. That's Mo Seider tying the game at 1 apiece on the power play. His number, 53. 23 seconds later, Robbie Fabry adds another as the Wings take a 2-1 lead heading into that final period. But 2 goals in that third period break a 3-game winning streak for the Wings as Detroit loses 3-2. Speaking of streaks, the Pistons have now lost 15 in a row with the Knicks up next. It's nearly the end of November. They haven't had a win this month. That is a franchise record.
Oof. All right. Well, within the next 30 minutes,
We're gonna move on.
We're just going to move.
Yeah.
We're updating you on stories from Detroit, Ann Arbor, and Warren.
Including a local celebrity, a Metro Detroit teacher taking on a Netflix reality show, how his experience on that show was, and why this isn't the end for him.
And how the state is hoping to regulate artificial intelligence political ads as the race for president heats up. You're watching 7 Action News this morning.
You're watching 7 Action News this morning.
Now at 5:30, a day of remembrance. Today marks 2 years since 4 students were killed at Oxford High School and 7 other people were injured. Coming up, how today is now driving more calls for accountability.
Plus, more Detroit workers walking off the job. People working at the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services making their voices heard on the picket line, why they are not threatening to strike in their call for fair working conditions.
And a house divided. A couple has their eyes on the same seat in Lansing. What this says about their shared passion.
Great story there. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us for 7 Action News this morning at 5:30. I'm Brian Abel.
I'm Alicia Smith. I'm sure every table discussion at dinner is amazing in that household.
Maybe they don't even talk about politics till they walk out the door. Who knows?
Maybe. It's incredible restraint if that's the case.
Right.
We're so glad you're waking up with us here on this 30th day of November. And we're going to have a milder day, even though it's still really cold right now.
It's a little chilly, but things are improving at least.
Check in with 7 First Alert meteorologist Hallie Vogel in for Mike this morning. And Hallie, what kind of day are we going to be facing?
Yeah, at least temperatures at or above average. We'll take that. We put things in perspective. So when we talk about 20s and 30s for highs. That is cold. As a matter of fact, where we are right now, in some cases, was close to our daytime highs as we went into earlier in the week. But 27 right now in Detroit, feels like 18 degrees. So we do have to factor in some wind chills out there. As a matter of fact, feels like the mid-teens in Ann Arbor. It is 21 degrees and 28 degrees in Port Sanilac, 22-year wind chill. So yeah, it is cold. I don't want to, of course, put that aside, but it's not as cold because we do a comparison to yesterday and we're about 5 to 11 degrees milder. So you look at that jump in Windsor, Grosse Ile, Detroit, all 11 degrees milder than yesterday at this time, even Lapeer too. And things are dry, so that is another improved point. Now temperatures are still below freezing, so if you do see a little glare on the area roadways, just be aware some of that could be black ice. We never want to underestimate that. Temperatures in the 40s this afternoon. We'll talk more about tracking rain and snow in your full forecast.
All right, thank you so much, Hallie. Let's take a live look out at the morning drive. This is the Southfield Freeway at McNichols from one of our 7 First Alert traffic cameras. So far, so good as far as the morning commute is concerned. No crashes to report from MDOT out on the roads right now.
Today, a day of remembrance for the 4 lives cut short 2 years ago in the deadly mass shooting at Oxford High School.
Emotions, of course, running high in Oxford as the community is continuing to mourn their collective losses. They will be sharing a moment of silence honoring the memory of all who were impacted. Tate Meir, Madison Baldwin, Hannah St. Juliana, and Justin Schilling, all killed in the violence. 7 other people were also injured.
7 Action News reporter Kira Hay joining us live from Oxford this morning with how the community will come together today and why families say they still haven't had a proper chance to heal. Kira.
Yeah, we know it's going to be a long healing process for many people in this community, but driving into Oxford today, we saw a lot of the Oxford Strong signs, many businesses having luminaries in their window to show support and solidarity. And also as a community and anyone else who wants to show support, they're asking for everyone to take a moment of silence today at 12:51.
It haunts me for most of the month of November coming up to it. And it's definitely a time that is harder for our family.
How much healing have you been able to do?
None. It's a never ending nightmare and cycle. Every time we feel like we get about 5 steps ahead, we get knocked back about 10.
Nicole Beausier's daughter, Madison Baldwin, was one of 4 teens killed inside of Oxford High School 2 years ago today. Grief and guilt also expressed by survivors Tuesday night during a school board meeting.
November 30th plagues me. It eats away at my very existence. Every day I wake up and I think of hearing gunshots in the hallway that I used to play with my friends in and learn in.
I am changed forever as a person. I am scared to go to college. I am scared to have kids someday for fear that when I drop them off, it could be the last time I ever see them before they die.
Today, the Oxford Public Schools are closed for Wildcats Day of Remembrance. Mental health services will be made available through the district and through the All for Oxford Resiliency Center. Services Beausoleil sees as essential as the community tries to move forward together.
I definitely am going to advocate more for mental health within the school districts, within the communities, all different aspects.
The All for Oxford Resiliency Center has extended hours today. They're going to be open from 9 a.m. until 8 p.m., offering group and individual counseling sessions. There's going to be therapy dogs there, yoga sessions, art and crafts. They just want the community to come together because they know today is going to be a very challenging day. So we'll have their location posted for you on our website at WXYZ.com. Live in Oxford, I'm Kiera Hay, 7 Action News.
And those services are so important on a day like this with everybody hurting and on this day. Thank you, Kira. You can stay with 7 Action News as we continue to follow the court dates of the shooter and the shooter's parents. We'll have it on air and online, as well as all of today's remembrance events and resources for the community on WXYZ.com.
A new annual report shows traffic crash rates are heading in the wrong direction in Southeast Michigan. The Southeast Michigan Council of Governments released the new findings. On average, 1 person is killed in a crash every day in our region. Crashes are also to blame for seriously injuring about 6 people in Southeast Michigan each day. In the past 5 years, about 7% of crashes involve speeding, but nearly 14% of those crashes are to blame for deaths and incidents where someone's badly hurt.
Workers with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services are making their voices heard on the picket line this morning. They held an informational picket on Detroit's west side over short staffing problems in the department. The employees say the revolving door, along with unrealistic work expectations, are affecting the public and services they provide.
We really need more staff. We need more staff. We need a system that works. The system that we have in place is flawed. It causes major delays for the benefits to be received by the people in the community. So we need a better system, but we need more staff.
Workers say they have had caseloads skyrocket since the start of the pandemic. Since the employees do work for the state, they are not allowed to officially strike, but they are allowed to do informational pickets.
Well, the public has a chance tonight to meet the 4 people vying for Ann Arbor's police chief position. The city is holding a public reception for the 4 candidates at the Ann Arbor Justice Center. It begins at 5 p.m. and this is the second reception hosted by the city for police chief candidates. The previous one was held back in August for a different set of candidates. The city declined to move forward with those candidates. Public interviews for the current round of candidates will begin tomorrow.
A pastor and his wife are going after the same seats in the State House of Representatives. Pastor Curtis Ostosh and his wife Suzanne are vying for the 13th district in the State House. The seat was left vacant by former State Representative Lori Stone, who was recently sworn in as Warren's new mayor. There will now be a special election, and the couple, they serve at Harvest Time Christian Fellowship Church in Warren and run the church's food pantry and resource center. Curtis is running on the Republican side and Suzanne on the Democratic ticket, but both focusing on many of the same issues, including food insecurity.
Neither of us have initially thought it should be us. And then as the conversation between us developed, it's like one of us should be involved because we can make a difference in terms of affordable housing and food insecurity.
And we said, which one? And, we just kind of said, he had good points and I had good points. And we decided we should both run and let the people decide.
If they each win their respective primary races in January for the special election, both of their names will be on the ballot for voters to decide in April.
Well, the state of Michigan is taking aim at political ads fueled by artificial intelligence ahead of the 2024 election. Governor Gretchen Whitmer is expected to sign legislation requiring them to clearly state if they were created using AI. So-called deep fakes would need a separate disclaimer for manipulated content within 90 days of an election. Campaigns that violate the rules could face misdemeanor charges with up to 93 days in jail and a $1,000 fine.
A chilly but not as cold start this morning and milder temperatures on the way. I'll let you know how long we can hold on to these 40s for highs in your full forecast.
Taking a live look out at the roads for you this morning. This is I-75 at Eureka from one of our 7 First Alert traffic cameras. Nice to report, no problems out on the freeways right now.
All right, 5:40 this morning, electric vehicle sustainability.
Right, what a new survey is finding about just how reliable EVs actually are compared to gas-powered cars.
Plus, one of Detroit's most popular holiday events returning this weekend. What to know about Noel nights in the Midtown and Cultural Center districts.
This is Shirley Temple Woods from Detroit. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Detroit.
Stellantis recalling more than 32,000 plug-in hybrid Jeep Wranglers over a potential fire risk. A company review of customer data found 8 4xe models caught fire while parked and turned off. 6 caught fire while they were charging. Stellantis says customers can still drive the Jeeps but should avoid charging them and park away from structures and other vehicles. The company will notify owners of the affected 2021 to 2024 models.
Home prices in the U.S. continue to increase in September, marking the 8th consecutive month on the rise. Mortgage rates remained above 7% in September, but historically low inventory continued to raise home prices. In fact, they remain at an all-time high in many cities, including Detroit. Home prices grew nearly 7% in September alone in Detroit, San Diego, and New York.
Well, Consumer Reports is out with its annual car survey. It finds electric vehicles are significantly less reliable than conventional cars.
ABC's Rhiannon Alley breaks it all down for us.
In today's Tech Bites, surprising news about EVs. A new study finds electric cars are far less reliable than gas engine cars. Owners say they have repeated problems with motors, charging, and infotainment systems. The bottom line, owners report hybrids are the most reliable. Google is beefing up its outdoor Nest cameras. It's a garage door detection feature that will alert you when the door is closed, opened, or left open. All that's needed is Nest Aware subscription, which starts at $8 a month, along with cameras and batteries. And Netflix is expanding its roster of video games with the addition of Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition. Players can pre-register now on iOS and Google Play. It is available in the Netflix mobile app and through the App Store and Google Play. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day.
5:46, and maybe feeling frosty lately, but all of the holiday cheer is sure to warm you up this weekend.
And 7 Action News anchor Mike Duffy has a preview of it all, including the unofficial queen of Christmas herself, in this morning's 7 Things to Do in the D.
Get ready for the sights of holiday lights, the sounds of carolers, and the smell of chestnuts roasting this weekend at Holiday Nights at Greenfield Village. It's just one of your many options as we count down your 7 things to do in the D.
The festivities start Friday and run through the end of the month. You can even have supper with